I think we got to hear Shedeur Sanders speak loudly about his NFL career so far, or maybe we didn't.
Yeah, it was an interesting day in Cleveland. First thing that happened was we found out officially that Joe Flacco was being benched. His days are done there in Cleveland. Dillon Gabriel will be the QB1, but what's surprising about the move is that even though Flacco's getting benched, he is still the backup. Shedeur Sanders did not get elevated. He's still QB3. Incidentally, Shedeur spoke to the media before this went public, so they didn't know yet that what was going to happen with the quarterback situation. And if you believe what he said or didn't say, certainly sounds like he listens to The Odd Couple. Because recall what Kelvin Washington told him to do last Friday with the microwave take.
Time to reheat an old hot take that's gone cold.
Hot on the outside, icicle in the middle.
It's Microwave Take with The Odd Couple.
It's okay to be Shedeur. Okay? It's all right. Nothing wrong with you being Shedeur.
I like that.
You can keep it down sometimes.
He didn't just keep it down. He didn't talk at all. He acted like a mime for about a minute and a half for the reporter knew they weren't getting anything from him. Shedeur Sanders, QB3, still nothing changes. Dillon Gabriel starting in Cleveland, and Shedeur had nothing to say, nothing to add to the conversation.
First of all, let me say this, Robs. I appreciate Shedeur listening to The Odd Couple. That means a lot to me. I'm sure it means a lot to you, Rob. We always appreciate our fans. We appreciate everybody who supports the show and listens and is a part of it. But dang it, Shedeur, you took it too far. I didn't mean Shedeur as in now all of a sudden you are a trained, world-class trained mime. I didn't mean that you had a show coming up where you're going to be part of the Blue Man Group, maybe the Brown or Orange Man Group in Cleveland. This is what I mean. When you tell somebody to do something and they go too far, you tell them to take an inch, they take a mile. All I was simply saying, Rob, was for Shedeur, you don't have to always give us what's on your mind. That's what the group chat is for, right? That's what you jump in and you say, man, these quarterbacks playing like bums, or I told you I think I'm better than Cam Ward or Dillon Gabriel or Bo Nix or some of the younger quarterbacks. That's what that's for, the group chat. You got like 4 or 5 brothers. Hit your brothers up, hit your pops up, hit Tom Brady up. I don't care. Hit somebody, but you don't always have to present yourself like that at all times. And Rob, you know, I've defended him at times. I said, look, man, it's a young man. I still believe in the skill set, but man, you ain't making it easy when you were a 5th-round pick. You're the 3rd-string guy on this team, and you do things like that when then now they got to come and ignore it. Stefanski doesn't want to answer questions about it. The team doesn't want to talk about you, and then now you're miming, and they're being asked questions about you miming. So these are the last things a 5th-rounder, a 3rd-string backup guy needs to be doing, and he's doing it. And you can do that if you're Patrick Mahomes and you're having fun with the media about something because you're just blowing it off. Hey, it took it too far. Okay, you've earned that right. You have that equity. You've built up that rapport with the city, the team, the franchise, and the community. You don't have that right now. And so to be doing these types of things, it's probably frustrating, probably annoying for them, and to me it's damaging. That last point, let me tell you a little something about Joe Flacco, Rob Parker. I told you I thought they should start Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur, in that you're trying to find your guy. They went with Joe Flacco. We get it. Joe Flacco's a proven guy, veteran, Super Bowl champion. But we knew what this was going to be. Joe Flacco has 6 interceptions in their first 4 games. He's been sacked 9 times. He has 2 touchdowns. That's terrible football, but that's to be expected with the Browns right now where they are. And the point of bringing up Joe Flacco is because Shedeur isn't backup to Dillon Gabriel. Probably in large part because of the antics and all the other stuff. They now have him 3rd string. When this was what I told you, if you're Shedeur, this is what you wanted. I told you Joe Flacco was going to play his way out just because he's Joe Flacco at this point in his career. And Dillon Gabriel, because he's a 3rd rounder, is going to be the starter. And you could bump up the 2nd. And there's a lot of football to be had. Maybe Dillon Gabriel is great. Or maybe he hurts himself. And you're in. But now, Joe Flacco's the backup, even though he's been trashed, Rob.
Well, it speaks volumes about Shedeur, if anything. I mean, what in the world would you do going back to a 40-year-old quarterback unless you just don't believe Shedeur is ready to be an NFL? What is the other reason? It doesn't even make sense. I didn't think it made any sense to have 2 rookie quarterbacks on the staff anyway. It doesn't make – you got to make a decision. You can't have 2 of them. It just doesn't. That's why it can't be the backup. So if Dylan Gabriel has a couple of rough starts, then you put in the other quarterback for a couple of rough starts. It could be ugly either way. I don't even understand what they're doing from that standpoint. But it speaks volumes about Shedeur that they're not even interested in seeing what this guy could do in an NFL game. It's strange. It really is strange because none of it makes sense. I don't think it has anything to do with the antics and the other stuff. I don't believe that it has more to do with just him and his ability, because what else could it be? And I don't know. Maybe they're just holding on to him. Maybe they think somebody will be desperate and come around and they could get a draft pick, because it's obvious that they're not interested in. And you know how quarterbacks get hurt and things are happening. Somebody might go, man, we need a spark. We need something. Let's do something. Let's energize the franchise. Let's just go for it. Let's just throw caution against the wind, right? And go get Shedeur. And then the fan base, oh my God, we're 0-4, but you're the Jets, and you just decided, hey, let's give Shedeur the reins. You're not going to get anything going with Justin Fields, or you realize maybe he is what he is. You know what I mean? And he's not going to be anything long term. And maybe you make a decision like that, and that's something that could happen. And they say, hey, we need a third-round pick, or fourth, or a couple of picks or something, and then that fifth-round pick turns into capital. You know what I mean, for Cleveland. That could be the only reason, because they keep him there. They let Bailey Zappi on the practice splitting reps with Shedeur, which you don't see that happening. None of it makes any sense to me. So it has to be. And I do want to bring one last thing up. I think you were part of it, Eric Dickerson and all this conspiracy about the NFL. And I think you guys were all wrong with the reporting that says that the Eagles and the Ravens were both interested and told not to draft him, that he didn't want to go there. So there was all this, and, Eric Dickerson had a report that he talked to people and they blackballed him and the league were going to show him. I never bought into that. And I think the reporting points that out, that this was Shedeur. Shedeur was the one who did not want, you know what I mean, to go to the Ravens or go to the Eagles where they have 2-star quarterbacks, and he didn't want to go there. So this is where we are. That makes more sense on why he dropped to me when you add that reporting.
I'll still say this. Talent-wise, I absolutely believe that he was not a fifth-round pick. I'll die on that hill, as they say. Could it be, again, how his meetings or some other things? Tom
Brady was a 6th-round pick. When you say that, what does that mean?
Tom Brady wasn't great in college.
Tom Brady played quarterback at Michigan. He was a 6th.
I saw every one of his snaps. He was good. He wasn't great.
Okay, but you make it like it's like Joe Montana was a 4th-round pick. You make it like, oh my God, how about what's a Rams quarterback who wasn't even drafted?
Kurt Warner. Wait, what you're throwing me off. I don't even get what you're saying.
My point is you make it as if like it's an exact science, and guys like a Kurt Warner wasn't drafted, or Tom Brady was in the 6th round.
But there
you're making it like, my point is that you're talking about, for sure he was this or that. I don't believe that. It's for sure. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows, but the reason why this was a big deal, and you had guys who've been doing this for 30, 40 years losing their minds, is because we've never seen this, Rob. You got to at least admit that. We always have a sleeper. A guy comes out the blue, a 5th round, 4th round, 6th round, undrafted. That happens all the time. You get your Brock Purdy's. But we don't have guys who are projected as a 1st rounder drop to the 5th round unless there's something that happens, some violent thing in their past or something like that comes up. That's what made this unusual. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts. And while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.